everyone! Today we are back in the spooky kitchen. We're not cooking today though. We are doing a grocery haul is what I'm doing. I'm preparing for my feast. It's just gonna be me and my husband, which we actually do this every year, just the two of us. And we used to host and do the whole big thing, but over the last several years that we've just done it, the two of us, and it's been so nice because Christmas time for us is just a whole, like, we have a bunch of family things to go to. We have to hit all these different places. So Thanksgiving is kind of our time to just like, I get to cook my meal in my long underwear and we watch movies and we chill, and it's so nice, just the two of us. So we thoroughly enjoy our Thanksgivings together. So yeah, anyways, I just thought a grocery haul could be fun. But also if you're looking for some gluten-free ideas or some dairy-free ideas or whatever's out there, because I know a lot of people these days have food allergies, have different preferences, food preferences, or if you're just curious to see what I got at the grocery store, that too, all of that. So that's what we're doing today. I have little Neens today with me in her sling. She was in her bed, but was whining and throwing a whole fit because she wanted to be part of the action today. So we have Neens. She is going to be sniffing out all of the food for us today as we are showing what we got. Anyways, let's get into this grocery haul. I'm so excited to talk about all this food. All right, so let's start with some things that I got online. We'll start with this because this is my favorite thing ever. I got a whole box of my favorite packet gravy. I've talked about this before and I love this. It's like a whole thing of gravy. So my husband and I love mashed potatoes and gravy, even when it's not Thanksgiving. So we use a good amount of gravy from time to time. So I got this, it's a whole box of this that I got off Amazon. It is the Rhodes End Organics gluten-free quick gravy. It is the delicious golden kind. And I've talked about this before in other Thanksgiving grocery hauls. This stuff to me tastes like, and this is what I said before, the cafeteria gravy, and some people might be so grossed out by that, but at least here where I lived, chicken nugget and mashed potato and gravy day was the best day. And this gravy tastes like that. It was like that bright yellow radioactive looking gravy. If you know, you know. I feel like this is not radioactive yellow. This is like more of a golden color, but the taste to me tastes like the radioactive gravy without the radioactive look. But I love this gravy. It also says it's vegan, and so it's vegan and gluten-free, and it's a good old yummy gravy. So I got that, and I got a whole box of it. How much is in here? 12 packets of gravy. I'm not making all of it for Thanksgiving, clearly, but. So while we're on the topic of gravy, I also got these Bob's Red Mill potato flakes. Maybe I haven't talked about these ones before. I think I used different ones maybe a couple years ago, but I'm also the weirdo because I'm always on the search for the mashed potatoes and gravy I ate as a kid. And these potato flakes make the mashed potatoes. So between these two, I get to live out my childhood mashed potato and gravy dream. I don't know why I'm this passionate about mashed potatoes and gravy, but it is 2020, so let me have it. Let me have this one joy this year. No, not really. But I am passionate about mashed potatoes and gravy, and I have no shame about it. And I get these on the Bob's Red Mill website, and they come in a whole box, and you get like 4 or 5 of them, or I think 4 maybe, of these. And I love having them on hand. Also for Thanksgiving, I've made mashed potatoes several years in a row from scratch, just with potatoes, and mashed them and put all the good stuff in it. And I made mashed potatoes with these one year, and my husband was like, these are so good. And I'm like, okay, yeah, they are kind of like, that is just what we prefer. All right, the next thing I got, these are really new. I've never tried these, so we're gonna give them a go. These are gluten-free crescent rolls because I really want to make some rolls. I usually skip the whole roll thing because I do stuffing, and I'm like, there's bread there, and then there's more bread. But then I'm like, okay, stuffing to me is like its whole own little side, you know? Where the rolls, you get that opportunity to take the roll and you tear into it, and then you dip it in the radioactive gravy. Really, but you know, you dip it in the mashed potatoes and gravy, and then you eat it, and it's a whole experience. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So I have these crescent rolls. So I haven't found any gluten-free crescent rolls that I've I haven't really seen any. I mean, I found a couple of recipes, but they have all these flours I have to go buy, and I'm like, is there just like a little, I wish I just could get the container that pops, you know, and like the Pillsbury one and make those, but they're not gluten-free, and so I'll be sick for the rest of the night. So I found this on the interwebs. This is Mom's Place. That's the name of the brand, Mom's Place. Gluten-free crescent rolls. It's a gluten-free mix of crescent roll mix. You have to do all this stuff like put yeast in it and then prove it, which I've learned all about in the Great British Baking Championship, or no, I think I'm mixing up shows now, but Great Great British Baking Show. The championship shows is a whole other American thing, but I'm excited to try these. I feel like I've watched enough of the Great British Baking Show to succeed at this, just through watching. So that is it for the stuff I got on the interwebs. So we're moving on to Aldi. I got a couple things from Aldi, not a whole lot. First thing I got from Aldi, I get so excited about these every single year. I got these Simply Nature French fried onions. These are gluten-free French fried onions, and they taste delicious, and they only have them during the holiday season. It's around Thanksgiving time is when they start getting them in. For a long time, and maybe even now, I don't know because I haven't looked, Aldi has been the only place I could find the gluten-free French fried onions for the top of green bean casserole, and for years I had to make my own, and they just weren't the same. They were not as crispy and delicious, but these taste like the real deal. They're just gluten-free. So if somebody in your family who has celiac disease, go to Aldi, you can get these. You still get your French fried onions, and your gluten-free family member also gets to enjoy the green bean casserole. But I finally have my French fried onions back, so my green bean casserole could be just like the good old days. Next up from Aldi, I got some produce, some mushrooms. This might be kind of boring, but I got some Baby Bella mushrooms. Whoa! Got 2 packs of these, one for my stuffing and one for my green bean casserole. All right, also from Aldi, I got a couple of snacks. I got some, first of all, I got some Reese's Trees for my husband. I got 2 things of Reese's Trees. These are not technically gluten-free, so I can't eat these. I can just stare at them and smell them and be a total creep about it. But my husband is obsessed with these, so I get them for him every year, all the different seasons, the pumpkins and the, I don't know what else they had, the hearts and the eggs and all the things. All right, next little snack food I got from Aldi. I got these chips, and I am so obsessed with these. My husband and I are both obsessed with these. So these are the balsamic vinegar and rosemary kettle chips. They look like, sorry about the glare on this. I picked up a bag a couple of weeks ago just to try it, and sometimes Aldi puts out stuff like this that's not my favorite, if we're being honest. Like, I'll bring it home, I'll try it, and I'm like, ooh, that wasn't good. So some of the seasonal snacks at Aldi can be hit or miss. So I brought these home. I was like, we'll see how it goes, and we were hooked. They're so good. They are the most unusual tasting chips I've ever had in my life, but they're the kind that you just can't stop eating. I just kept going and going and going. They were so good, and I don't even know how to describe them. They're like a vinegar chip, but they have a little hint of rosemary, and at first, when I first tried it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, and then I was like, but I want another one, and then I was like, but I want another one, and I just like kept eating them. They're so good. Okay. All right, next up, Nance, you just lounging in there? She's like lounging like she's in a hammock, straight up just like lounging like this. Are you good? You guys feel good in here? So next up, let's talk about Target. I only got a couple things from Target. I didn't need a whole lot there, but I needed some green beans, and a lot of people were sold out. I don't know if it was like that where you're at or like your area or whatever, but there were a bunch of green bean shortages. It was like the new toilet paper. But they still had the jumbo size green beans. These are the Del Monte cut green beans in a huge jumbo size can. 3 pounds of green beans means this is basically you in a can. But yeah, I got 2 jumbo size cans of green beans. Okay, so here's the thing about the green bean casserole. So it's usually the first thing that goes in this house out of all of the things. So a lot of times I'll make a second batch for the leftovers that we have. Literally inhale the green bean casserole. It's our favorite thing ever. All right, so next, I got a couple of cans of pumpkin, just the Libby's 100% pumpkin. I got these for my pumpkin pie. I only use one can, but I always have an extra can as backup just in case I need it. And also I can have some pumpkin for later, maybe some pumpkin muffins or something like that. So I got 2 cans of pumpkin. Moving on, also at Target, I got this guy right here. This is the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free flour. This stuff is my favorite gluten-free flour for all types of holiday baking, especially cookies. It's the only gluten-free flour I've tried where it actually tastes like a sugar cookie. Like, you get that real flour taste, if that makes sense. So I got a big old pack of this. All right, that's it for Target as far as Thanksgiving goes. Moving on, I went to Whole Foods and got some produce and some more groceries. First thing I got from Whole Foods, I got some shiitake mushrooms. It's just a whole box of shiitake mushrooms. This is for my Brussels sprouts and for my stuffing. I'm gonna put them in both. I'll put the link to my Brussels sprouts recipe down in the description box. But last year I did a whole recipe and cooking video where I did a shiitake mushroom and jalapeno Brussels sprouts recipe, and it was so good. But also I do a stuffing recipe that's really similar and has shiitake mushroom and jalapeno. It's very similar to the Brussels sprouts recipe, but different flavoring because it's a stuffing. Also from Whole Foods, I got myself a bunch of celery. Just one bunch of celery. I love the smell of celery. I'm using this for my stuffing, so I had to get some celery. I also got some Brussels sprouts. I got 2 satchels of Brussels sprouts for my Brussels sprouts recipe. I'm making, once again, I'm gonna make 2 this year. I'm gonna do my shiitake jalapeno, and I'm gonna do the mustard Brussels sprouts casserole. I don't even care how gassy the situation is. I love Brussels sprouts. Also from Whole Foods, I got some Dijon mustard. It's just some Dijon mustard. For, once again, my Brussels sprouts casserole. Once again, I'll link it in the description. It's all part of one big Brussels sprouts video extravaganza. If you didn't see it last year, I'll put it in the description. Anyways, I also got some sunflower seeds. I meant to get the roasted and salted kind, but I accidentally got the unsalted kind, which is fine, it'll do. But this is once again for my Brussels sprouts casserole. It has some sunflower seeds on the top, gives it a little bit of a crunch. Roasted and unsalted, apparently. I wasn't reading the labels too well, obviously. All right, what's next? We have a bunch of stuff everywhere right now. But last but not least, I went to Natural Grocers and I got some food. All right, first thing I got from Natural Grocers, naturally, I got some more gravy. But I like having options for gravy. I know it's just the 2 of us, so I'm being extra around here. So I got this Rhodes and Organics quick gravy. Once again, the gluten-free vegan gravy. It is in the savory herb flavor. And this one is really, really good, I think, for Thanksgiving time because it has a lot of different herbs. It definitely has that kind of flavor to it. We're just got a very herby flavor. What's in it? Let's see. It has garlic powder, thyme, parsley, rosemary. Yeah, it has that kind of flavor. So it's really good over stuffing or with mashed potatoes or over turkey or tofurkey or whatever you're making. I kind of do a little bit of both, honestly. I may put this on my stuffing and then put the golden gravy on my mashed potatoes. If the corner of my mouth is sparkling right now, it's because I'm actually drooling, just thinking about it. All right, also from Natural Grocers, I got this. What is this on it? Ooh. This is the Better Than Bouillon No Chicken Base. I've talked about this. I can't remember if it was in my Vlogtober videos or if it was in one of my cooking videos, but this stuff, this Better Than Bouillon stuff is so good. It tastes like chicken broth, but it's not chicken. It doesn't have chicken in it. So if you're vegan or vegetarian and you haven't tried this yet, it is so good. Or even if you're not vegan or vegetarian, but you have a kid who's vegetarian or a partner who's vegetarian or family member who's vegetarian, this stuff you don't have to sacrifice the taste or what you like. And your partner or friend or whoever you're cooking for or family member gets to eat it too, so you're both happy. I love this stuff even just for flavoring dishes. So even without making it a broth, just stirring it in with some, like if you're cooking up some vegetables or whatever you're doing, I like using this. I like just putting a little bit of this in. Just make sure if you are vegetarian that you're getting the one that says vegetarian, no chicken base, because this brand also makes a regular chicken base. All right, next I got some gluten-free bread. This is the one I get every single year. This is my favorite bread for stuffing because this bread is super dense, so it absorbs all of the liquid. It is the perfect gluten-free bread for stuffing, and it doesn't have that kind of smushy texture in the center, if that makes sense. It is just very dense, almost like a sourdough kind of. And this one also doesn't have eggs, so if you can't have egg or you're vegan or whatever, this is a really good bread if you're gluten-free and vegan, or gluten-free and can't have egg. So it's just a gluten-free brown rice bread, and it is so good. All I do is I put a bunch of these slices on a pan, put them in the oven and dry them out, and kind of toast them up and cut them up into cubes, and then make my stuffing with them. This is the perfect brand for that. So just wanted to put that out there in case you're looking for it. Right, next thing I got from Natural Grocers, I got these graham crackers. They're called S'morables. They are gluten-free graham crackers, and I use this for a graham cracker crust. So I did with my pumpkin pie recipe, I did a ginger snap crust. So I've already had that one this year. So I think for this one, I'm gonna do my graham cracker crust. So I got these gluten-free graham crackers for my graham cracker crust. These are my favorite, or really the only ones I can find, I think, that are gluten-free, but they're good. All right, last but not least of this whole entire haul, I got this Quorn. It's not corn, like C-O-R-N. It's like Q-U-O-R-N, Quorn meatless roast. It's basically a tofurkey. It's not made with tofu. It doesn't have any soy in it. It is made with eggs though, so if you don't eat eggs or you're allergic to eggs, this might not be the one for you, but I have yet to find a tofurkey or vegan turkey that's also gluten-free. This is the only one I've been able to find, and it has egg in it. And a lot of turkeys, you have to be careful with the brine and the things that are put inside to preserve them. They can have wheat in it because a lot of times wheat is used as a preservative. So if you are gluten-free, you have to even be careful about the real turkeys. So this is the best kind of, it's not even a tofurkey, but vegetarian turkey I have found that's also gluten-free. It kind of tastes like, honestly, the turkey at Once Again at school where they serve the turkey dinner with the mashed potatoes and gravy. But honestly, turkey has never really been my favorite, so I don't really even really have anything to compare it with because I've never been the biggest fan. I had like a little area of turkey on my plate and I was a total sides girl. That's just how I've been. But it's good to have on our little Thanksgiving plate. So, and I do like this one. It's just not the main event in my opinion. Anyways, that is it for this Thanksgiving grocery haul. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey ghoul hey down in the comments because you know I love talking to you. Also, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate, or just have a nice relaxing day. If you don't celebrate, enjoy some Black Friday sales and all the things. Also, if you want to let me know down in the comments your favorite holiday dish, whether it's a side or it's a, I don't know, whatever it is. It's a dessert, it's an appetizer, whatever it is. Let me know down in the comments if you want. We can chit chat about our favorite holiday foods. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.